But to elaborate, it wasn't really me saying like, oh, he couldn't do anything else. I think it was that he had an idea of what he was going to be able to kill with. It looked like Gauntlet Neutral Sig and Spear Neutral Sig. They both do the same thing where they twirl around, they go forward. Just didn't feel like he wanted to do it. Oh, I want to talk about that match so much more, but
I do too.
We've got another match coming up.
I'm sure they're going to cover parts of it on the esports dev stream on Monday.
It's the only 40 boy in the losers bracket.
Yeah,
against VipR, and VipR's kind of been very convincingly destroying people. Like he's been dropping a game, and then like the games that he wins.
The next one's a 2-stock.
And now we're here on Miami Dome against Blaze, and Blaze does go back to the Sidra.
Yeah.
So it's seeming to me that he just doesn't like the Ditto, and Ninja wasn't gonna crack, so he switched. But he's bringing out that Cannon Legend against VipR here on Miami Dome. VipR making a little bit of a lead, the smallest lead being inched. Whoa, that's a big lead now. Sides to connect.
If that was small Brawlhaven, that would have killed.
Yeah, and what's significant about that is that, like, yes, lots of force. They didn't do too much damage, so unless he hits that again, he still has a lot more work to do before he can kill. Blaze, nice job. Looking for those combo stars. Sides
now this is going to be, this will be
the Nair hits on the way up. Can he make it back?
Oh, he gets the chase down, and he gets another
Nairs in
Nair
a row. VipR.
Blaze expected VipR to continue his pressure.
Jeez. All those signature hits, though. Side sig on Axe, side sig on Qatar. Ends up with the down sig. Manages to get the KO.
Are we going to see the anchor?
No. I don't think so. I think that Blaze actually likes to use it as a recovery tool. Or like a mix-up, like a anti-ground pound tool. But maybe.
I was wondering if we might see one early on as his opening gambit, just like we saw the one earlier, or the two earlier that we saw from him.
That's right. You're right, because he started off this last set that we saw with the anchors until like he was like, okay, I'm going to use this with a purpose. Evens it up really quickly, though. VipR wasn't able to take that away like we've seen him in previous games. And nice job. He didn't dash back. He walked back, and he spaced perfectly for the cannon Sair. Little combo starter. Ooh. Find that down air.
Oh, Blaze! Putting out tremendous pressure here.
Ground pound.
He hasn't gotten hit.
Yeah, he has not. Well, besides the unarmed moment, yeah. There's the neutral light. Ooh, and the Sair and the neutral sig. We find another neutral sig. He goes for the recovery. Really reaching out there with those jumps, expending everything. We were talking about the fadeaway that comes on the character. He didn't have anything left. It's safe to do that for Cannon when you're that high, because you could just Sair back to the stage.
Also, he got hit by VipR, so that gave him a jump back.
He's either going to get hit or he's going to kill his opponent. Ooh, the Sair clashing with the weapon toss, but still connects in the Nair. Just barely does a KO.
There's a weapon spawn on stage. He's just leaving it, throws out that cannonball yet again, opting back for the cannon like we've seen him do all day today so far. This cannon looking real good, man. I mean, arguably a top 3 cannon player in the world at this point.
He's getting very close. He's getting closer and closer to making that a truer statement. I guess it basically is already true. Now that I think
definitely of people seemingly that actually spend a lot of time with cannon. Now I don't know what Sandstorm's cannon is like. I know he likes it.
He's
don't know
talked
how
about
good it is.
Yeah, but he wants it. He wants that cannon scythe legend. Does not exist.
Blaze's movement is really solid too. Like,
ooh, the down sig on stage, dash back down sig. 5% sending Blaze flying. Yes, Blaze's movement is incredible, and when you add that to like the trajectory of the cannon moves, like if you like dash off of a platform fall, cannon sider, you could travel really fast in the blink of an eye. And we've seen it a few times.
Now I wonder if we're gonna see
sidelight in the sidelight.
VipR's experience start to trump Blaze here.
Yeah.
Because he's absorbing information right now, and he's done this for so many opponents over so many years that we could see the complete turnaround once he's sort of digested more of what Blaze's cannon has to offer.
Ooh, Blaze picks up the cannon. He was unsword that entire time. Nairs. Oh, not being able to pick him up. Sidelight. Maybe he'll look for that downlight. No, just opting to keep him off the side of the stage, and the recovery comes out.
Ooh, that was
close. Gosh. If that was any other stage platform, the Blaze must have been wary about that. Like, he must have known. Sidestick hits. Doesn't KO. Blaze using the side air and recovery to get back. But no! The recovery puts him in the prime position for VipR. Get that downlight in the ground pound. And you're right, that experience that VipR has really showed up because Blaze was solidly in the lead the entire game. When it came to those offstage situations, VipR was just able to have it done. You see the replay here. That dash back down sig. The one thing that Blaze probably wasn't even thinking about. We were talking about that earlier. Ragnir's typically down sig at the ledge because the flame goes a little bit further and it has that perfect spike trajectory.
A little bit of an AoE, little blast.
But it's so strong that if it hits you off the stage, it's going to kill you off the top. Doesn't make a difference. Especially if you get them in that high of a percent. Blaze is not switching. This is potentially Blaze's last game of top 8 here. This is deciding who goes into loser semis.
Now, if he's not a fan of mirrors, that also might be what's forcing him to stray away from the Bryn pick. Not that it's a character mirror, but you're going to have to axe mirror with Bryn's axe against Ragnir's.
You're absolutely correct. It could be even deeper than legend picks. It could be weapons, too. That's a possibility. But whatever it is, Blaze is doing quite well here against VipR, just barely losing out game number 1. We'll see how VipR's able to do in game 2. Oh, those down sigs. Kind of making... I think
he's simple a little bit with the
with
his side signatures.
I like it because I think he noticed that, like, Blaze, a lot of cannon... Oh, man! Recovery to recovery!
He's going to go for another one?
No. VipR manages to make it back. He was trying to find that stairs send him further off. But, like, you notice that a lot of Blaze's openings travel him, like, a set distance. Left or right. And if he just dashes back and he down sigs, it covers the space in front of him without having to worry about a crash. Blaze takes the first stock. VipR sent flying to his death. And Blaze priming the weapons. Oh, okay. I thought he didn't pick up the cannon in time. Weapons used to last a lot longer than they do now.
Yeah. It's been quite some time that they're not instantaneously despawning, but it's quick.
The neutral sig?
Is he going to go up 2 stocks on VipR?
Oh! Blaze with the neutral sig. The cannonball into the blast off the bottom of the map. Blaze is up 2 stocks versus VipR, and VipR looking for that quick KO unarmed, and it's not working out as Blaze finds side air after side air. Oh. Comboing that move. Side air.
I feel like every time we've seen Blaze use that ground pound, he's gotten a kill.
Yes.
His offstage initiations are few and far between, but they are effective when they have...
he waited.
Look at that coverage! That was almost instantaneous. Maybe that's why he's on deck stance.
I think what's amazing about that, too, is that, like, because there's 2 things that you... Ooh, okay, it usually connects. There's 2 things that you can do when you're in wall slip. You either touch the stage right away, or you jump above the stage and then touch it.
Yep.
He stopped the jumping above, and then he went for the option underneath. Citra's actually so well equipped to deal with people that are stuck on the side of the stage.
Also, at one point, he straight up was 2 stocks up on VipR, which is just so impressive. From what we saw earlier from VipR, he maybe started off a little bit slow and then started to catch up.
VipR is bringing it back slowly. Hot opportunity for another downlight combo after that one. If you do downlight dare, if you go for the right read, you can just change to another downlight.
Yep. He was looking for the reset.
Oh, but downlight recovery, double recovery.
Is this going to...
3 recoveries?
Is this going to tie up the set just like that with a 2-stock?
It's looking close. Neutral sig comes out. He's going to put on another neutral sig. No. He's traveling across the stage.
Oh.
Ground pound connects, and VipR could do it.
I'm telling you, he's so good at those ground pounds. Yes. Like, he stuffed 2 Qatar recoveries earlier. He waited and then stuffed after the recovery, and then he just did that.
Let's see. Recovery does it. Blaze is able to even it up. Wasn't a JV, but it was still very respectable. It was clean stock.
40 boys. 40 boys.
You have 3 in top 4, potentially. Blue is the last remaining, could be the last remaining top seed in the tournament.
That's wild. That is wild.
Incredible. Great Hall, Thunderguard, and Miami Dome left? Yeah, I guess we're going back to Miami
We
Dome.
are going to Miami Dome, and this is Blaze's pick.
Interesting, because VipR definitely did bring it. But then again, yeah, VipR brought it back.
Yeah.
That's the point, I guess, that Blaze is probably also thinking. And then in that game, VipR didn't bring it back. He was working towards it, but like there are some strings. Blaze has got this amazing string that he finishes off with a neutral sig that worked out. Oh my god.
Oh my word.
Okay.
It's still like it is almost impossible to kill someone at that low of health. Like you have to do everything right. They have to do virtually everything wrong. But still, a strong opening gambit from Blaze, and I think that just goes to show that Blaze is great at adapting as well, because we haven't seen him really commit off stage hard. A nair into recovery, almost picks up another recovery. He has such a lead on VipR right now.
Ooh, ground pound comes out and just barely missed, but it was a good pressure. He didn't get punished for it. Just comes out. He fainted going for a ground pound there. Dash back right on the edge of the platform. Nair comes out, falling Sarah into side sig. Can't find any of these combo starters. Nice little falling down air and the recovery. He's covering 3 3 lines, right? The downer covers the ground, the neutral covers the middle, and then he went for the air with recovery. VipR had to dodge all 3 and didn't even get a punish in.
Look at Blaze's movement.
Oh, it's so good, the recovery.
It's
the movement
so
pays off.
fast and so clean.
And he didn't have to use a dodge at all during that point. So VipR was like waiting for maybe he'll dodge forward, dodge back, spot dodge, expecting a read. No, he was just moving around waiting for his opportunity to get in and get that finisher. Now VipR looking for a weapon toss beginning to a string. Can't find it. Silent gets punched by Sair. Oh, but VipR's finding a good string. Went for that side sig off the side of the stage, and Blaze is controlling center stage, taking advantage of his stock lead. Nice little down air. Ooh, and the Sair.
Blaze is just not falling prey to these signatures at all from VipR. Goes down.
Ooh, the recovery hits the back portion of that hitbox. Actually manages to KO off the top.
It's just like when you're looking for a girlfriend. The backside is important. VipR is continuing to pull off some amazing strings here, right? Silent in there, and then he was able to do that fall down nair right afterwards. I'm going to get in trouble for that one.
Thank you, Sparky. Neutral.
VipR's doing a great job of starting to even this up, though. Unless Blaze finds a big string like he's been wont to do so far, you're starting to see him commit more off stage with these ground pounds. Like, you've seen it multiple times.
That works. You saw how he was using the down stick there with the cannon blast. It was like slightly off to the side of the stage.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that
he might have tried to dash ground pound. Or he could have just tried to throw that out right over the corner in case VipR wanted to come in with like a recovery or anything, and it was going to spike.
Because like sometimes when you touch the stage, you slide up it. I was wondering if it still worked.
Because he went for another one right there on stage, so maybe that was exactly what he wanted, and he wanted VipR to peek over that corner.
Either way, VipR decently behind, but not so behind that you couldn't bring this back with one solid axe string. Silent Nair. Nothing to do with Sair. Wow, kill from center stage.
Blaze still with such a solid lead when VipR was the one in the past to come back, to understand his opponent, to adapt better, and he's just not able to adapt to Blaze so far.
It still could happen. This was a similar deficit that was on the first time,
close.
But Blaze, if he could get his extra credit. Ooh, recovery connects. Oh, manages to live, uses the dodge to stop the momentum. VipR goes low, expecting a dodge downwards, perhaps. The dodge was still on cooldown. Nair after Nair, covering that weapon. Neutral just barely misses. We see that again. Goes for that ground pound because it worked before. VipR looks for that Nair to the side air, brings it back to the stage, avoids the guitar hitboxes, and now VipR goes for that dashed up down air and chase dodges back to the stage.
This is so close.
Dead even game.
This is such a nail biter. The winner of this moves on to top 4.
The fight against Blue.
Which would be big for either of these players. Arguably bigger for Blaze, but still a top 4 placement from VipR in Spring Championships, like, that's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Toss comes up, nice little neutral light. Goes in for that pivot Sair, but VipR's fighting him armed. I was expecting a ground. Oh my gosh, neutral light. He's going to do it again.
He was going to go back in for another one.
Oh, but Blaze goes for the recovery.
And that's what's so scary.
I expect the gravity cancel neutral sig.
Like, VipR hit a wonderful string, hit like 5 hits with his unarmed kit, and Blaze had to hit 2 or 3, and it's the same amount of damage output.
Oh. Sair sends him off stage. He dodges back cannon.
Is he going to go for the ground pound?
Oh, he's going to go for the neutral sig. He's got to. He's going to do neutral sig. And
you're seeing it. He's not initiating with the ground pound. He knows how close this is. He's respecting VipR.
This highlight comes out. And this is Blaze's big break. Goes to the recovery, but VipR recovers in tandem. Weapon toss goes down. VipR. Oh, he hits the neutral light. Puts Blaze in the orange. Dash jump Sair. Manages to avoid it. Down airs and side lights are all VipR's looking for right here, but side light's so punishable he could basically only do down air and neutral air. This is jumping Sair. Goes for the side sig. Blaze isn't playing normally. He's not putting up the neutral sigs anymore. He's just looking for the fast moves, the Sairs, the Nairs, anything they can get out quickly without getting punished. Neutral sig goes away, but the neutral sig from Blaze does not connect. Weapon tosses are exchanged, and Blaze connects to the recovery, but VipR lives.
It's so close.
The defense steps again when it hits.
Blaze takes out VipR 2-1.
And the upsets continue.
In a blaze of glory, he is moving on, taking out VipR.